Listen, there are rumblings going around the NBA that LeBron James and Jimmy Butler might be traded. I find that interesting.
Mhm.
LeBron thing, again, it would be for if I was in AD's shoes, I'd be pretty pissed because right, we're brothers, we're tag team partners here in this thing, and then it would just feel like LeBron's probably moving on to try to get a championship. But the Jimmy Butler thing for me, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know what team would want to take that on. He's been super inconsistent. The athleticism is definitely waning,
Yeah.
and this guy was given his team. He was given his team. He was giving his team the team that he wanted. He wanted the opportunity to be a lead man. He got that and just couldn't break through. So what do you do? Apparently, the Warriors are a team that's interested. This is from Sean Mastrina, by the way. Apparently, the Warriors are interested in him and LeBron. I want to get your overall thoughts on Jimmy Butler, right, and LeBron James, two guys that we grew up with watching, and they were such forces in the NBA in their prime. What do you think about them being on the potential trade block?
I think that the Butler stuff, first off, is hilarious. You go and see his agent, and then even Jimmy Butler commented on it. He said, "Oh, I love this," and I think that Jimmy's a troll. I think that that's what Jimmy is. Jimmy's having fun. Um, my only concern with the Jimmy Butler stuff is, like you said, what does it do for the other team? And that's where I would start with this conversation, as well as what am I willing to give up to get a Jimmy Butler on my team? I don't know what I'd be willing to give up. I think that Jimmy's fine. I think that Jimmy is a guy, he is a great culture guy, as of right now, at least. Jimmy is a guy, he will turn it up in the playoffs. But when we're just talking about overall consistency and what he's adding, I hate to say it, but he's almost just like kind of like a veteran presence at this point when we talk about during the regular season. This is a dude I think can confidently say can get you 25 a night come playoff time. I think that that's, a realistic expectation. That's maybe shooting high, but Jimmy is a guy, and you really have to look at the team. Like if I'm the Golden State Warriors, what am I willing to give up to get Jimmy Butler? I don't know if I'm willing to give up more than just a Kaminga and a first round pick. Like, am I willing to give up Moses Moody? Like, sure, maybe, but am I giving up, Kaminga, Pods, and a first round pick? Hell no, I'm not. I think the Jimmy Butler is fine, but like I said, he's 35 years old. So what are we expecting out of Jimmy
Right,
Butler?
right.
So the Miami Heat, I think, have bigger fish to fry when it comes to the rest of their roster, like Tyler Hero, right? Let's have that conversation. Is Tyler Hero going to be your lead man when it comes to offense side of the ball? Okay. If he is, then we can entertain a Jimmy Butler trade. If you have a pathway without Jimmy Butler, with Jaime Hawkins, with Khalil Ware, if that's the route that you want to go, okay, maybe you could trade Jimmy Butler. But the same could be said about this Miami Heat locker room. They love Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo, huge fan. Eric Spoelstra, huge fan. The Miami Heat fan base, big fans of Jimmy Butler. So I think that it depends who wants to be their dance partner, because that's where I would start with the conversation. Who's willing to give up something for Jimmy Butler? And they need to be a younger team looking to be in championship contention, like a Houston Rockets. That's what I would look at, right? Houston Rockets are a team. They've got a bunch of these young dudes. You got Cam Whitmore, you got Jabari Smith, you got a bunch of these dudes. Maybe you go and trade a couple of them for Jimmy Butler to get that championship pedigree in there, pair him with a Dylan Brooks. So that's what I think about Jimmy Butler. LeBron James, there is a lot of turmoil around this Los Angeles team. And I think that if we're talking about LeBron James being traded, I really think, and we talked about this before, there really is only a couple options for him. And if he's going to get traded, I think that it would have to happen, in my opinion. I think it would have to happen by this trade deadline, or it ain't gonna happen. And maybe it could happen this offseason, sure. But if you're the Lakers, you need to figure this out now.
Yeah.
So the Golden State Warriors, right? We talked about this. This is really the spot if you're LeBron James, right? Where else could you go? Cleveland Cavaliers are obviously the other name, right? Go back home. But for me, from a legacy standpoint, from a LeBron James standpoint, what does that really do for you? You're chasing a championship, but you already finished your story there. Leave that be.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm LeBron James, I'm looking at Golden State Warriors. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at them saying, hey, I know for a fact that they would be dance partners with me. I know that they would want me on their team.
I wanted him last year. Yeah.
And they wanted him last year. And Malik, they know what's coming up with Steph Curry. That hill is coming up quickly. They know Draymond Green is about to reach that point where maybe he's not, seeing 30 minutes a night. So If I'm the Warriors, time to strike is now, and I think that that's gotta be the spot for LeBron
Yep,
James.
I agree.